Hello, friends. We are live.
Hello. We missed you on.
Yes,
So
yes.
happy to be live and hanging out with you on this virtual live stream.
Yeah, it's been a while. Actually, the last time we were live was in Nazaré, Portugal, and we were streaming live
That
from
was a
our.
failed
Yes,
live
that was
stream.
a failed live stream because we were in a restaurant and we figured we could go live. We tested their internet and it was fine, but what we didn't know is that they have power outages in that particular restaurant we were live streaming from, and that did not work out well at all.
So yeah,
Yeah.
our live stream got cut off and overall it was a terrible connection.
Yes.
Anyway, we are back. We missed you so much. We love interacting with you live. Let's do, if anybody's here right now, let's do a quick
A quick
audio and
audio.
video check. How are you?
Hearing us and seeing us. I notice people are joining in now. It takes a while for everyone to come in. Aloha all. How is everyone doing? Again, if you're new to our channel, my name is Devon
And I'm Irina.
and we are
Just
just the
be out.
out.
We create informative travel videos so you get the most out of your vacation. And
Yes.
we left Hawaii last year for our 3 year full time world travel journey.
Hey, what's going on? Chris is here. Chee! Hey, Chris, how are you?
Haven't heard from you in a while.
Yes, Alex. Yes.
Hi,
We have our
Alex.
usual suspects in the room. Love it already. Love it. Hey, Andrew, how are you?
Andrew, nice to see you live
Aloha.
here.
Okay, all
The
right. So we got
midway
people
of nowhere correctly.
currently,
Currently,
so I won't
so
be able to enjoy that well. That's right. I
uh,
think he's actually on a cruise. Andrew,
no,
let
no,
us know.
no. September 12th, he's
Oh,
leaving.
leaving on a
So
cruise.
now Andrew is probably somewhere in the
Well,
middle of
in the
nowhere.
middle of nowhere. Yes, thank you. Definitely. Thank you for joining and taking the time. So, really quickly, we want to recap what this live is going to be about. We're going to do a little bit on Hawaii update, and Chris is here with us, living in Oahu as well, and he can help us with some of this information. Um, as well as we're going to be talking about some of our Portugal travels and the vlogs you guys have been seeing lately. We've published, I think, over 22 Portugal videos. That's
Yeah.
insane. And it didn't even feel like that. I told Irina just the other day, I'm like, do you know how much videos we published on Portugal? She's like, how many? 12? I'm like, no, like 22 videos in Portugal. So, yes, we have one more video to publish for Portugal, and then we'll be getting into our
Alaska.
So we were in Alaska recently, and we did the land and sea. And for those of you who don't know what the land and sea is, you want to tell them real briefly what
Well,
that's
the
about?
two ways to experience Alaska is by land, meaning you fly in and you stay in a place or maybe move from place to place, but it's all by staying on land.
Mm-hmm.
And another way is by sea, meaning hopping on a cruise, a ship, a boat, whichever floats your boat.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's get into it now. We're going to get started. Aloha to all you guys that are in here.
Welcome, and thank you
Welcome.
so much for joining us.
Yes, we really
It's
appreciate
been a
it.
while.
Yeah. How long has it been? Almost a month since we've been live. And we try to go live every Friday or Saturday, depending on where we are and whether we have internet or not. But yes. So let's get into um, things that are going on in Waikiki. So I'm going to just go briefly into Waikiki, not the entire island of Oahu, but Waikiki, because I know for a lot of you guys who are vacationing.
Oh wait, um before you do that, this is a live Q&A session.
Oh, yes.
So while Devon is telling you all the information, please hashtag Q if you have any questions for us for anything, for our travels, for Hawaii, for Portugal, for Alaska, or maybe personal questions for us. We'll be happy to talk to you about that and answer all your questions.
Yes.
So be sure to hashtag Q and we'll get
Ask
to
away.
your question
questions.
as soon as possible.
Yes. Okay. So now returning to Waikiki and what's going on in Waikiki. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think it's important for you guys heading to Oahu, specifically Waikiki, to be aware of kind of the actual activities that's been going on there. And it has not been good, unfortunately. And they're chalking it up basically saying that because there are so many visitors, tourists coming to Waikiki. Now, being that the pandemic has slowed down, the rate of crime and different things that are happening in Waikiki is due to that. So it's funny because I was watching it just the other day where we were living in Hawaii. Right around the corner, there's a food pantry, and about a block away from that, there's a 7-Eleven. Now, normally in the nighttime, if we go out to get something, maybe we forgot something, we go downstairs, food pantry closes early. So we would normally go to 7-Eleven to get what we need. Well, it just so happens that we saw it on the news. There was actually an incident right in front of the 7-Eleven that we always go to. One guy supposedly, literally cut off another man's arm. They had an argument, and the guy got a machete and just cut off the other. His hand was just laying in the streets, and it was just a crazy situation. And this is just a little bit of what's been happening in Waikiki. Also, by the wall, there was a stabbing. A 21-year-old stabbed someone over an argument, and then just a few
by Kapahulu.
Yeah, by Kapahulu Wall, right in Waikiki. So that's the center of Waikiki where all you guys would be hanging out. Just 2 blocks away from there, the same person stabbed someone else in the throat and killed him. So now the residents of Waikiki, they're all like on edge.
Alert.
Yes, they're on high alert. They're like, I don't send my kids out, to in the evening now to go to the store to get anything because I'm afraid. So I don't want to go deep into this, but it is a cause for concern and
and awareness.
Yes, for sure. And they're trying to do their best in Waikiki to like bring in more police presence, and they're trying to fund a program to get and weed all these people out, all this craziness that's been going on. So what I did was to go a little bit deeper. If you want to learn more about it, I left the link in the description of this video. It's called, I think, the SAFE program for Waikiki. You can click that link, and it actually just populated on YouTube about 5 hours ago. And they go in depth on the situation with tourists and what they need to know and the safety and everything else. So I don't want to go into, I wrote a whole bunch of different things that actually happened, but I don't want to go into all of it because it's all negative. But to end on a higher note for Waikiki and Oahu in general, or the Hawaii Islands, is that fares are dropping to get there. So airfares. So from September to October, if you can afford to go now, and if it's a good time for you, now would be the perfect time because airfares are dropping significantly. And a lot of people who traveled before, they were like, wow, if I would have known this, I would have just waited for my vacation. So if you're looking to get engaged, or you're looking to get married, perfect place for it.
And if you are looking to get engaged, look at our surprise engagement
maybe
video.
You get some ideas.
On our channel. And we were actually, while we were in Alaska, I was looking at different flight fares, and it was cheaper to go to Hawaii than to fly to New York. So we were considering to go to Hawaii for a little bit, but we had so much winter clothes and winter boots and no sandals.
Yeah, no sandals.
So
yeah, that was kind of odd.
Yeah.
Big thank you, mahalo, Chris. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Add it to the screen.
Yes, let me put that on there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your donation.
Yes, thank
really
you, Vegas. Of course, 777.
Yeah.
There we go.
Our biggest supporters.
Yes, thank you.
So
We greatly
much.
appreciate you guys. Speaking of thank you, also to all of those who are our members, we thank you again for your continued support. We greatly appreciate it. And what we've done in the community tab on our YouTube channel, if you go there, and this is speaking to our members, you're going to have early access to Monday's video, which is our last Portugal video. And it talks about tourist traps in Portugal. So yes, you have early access to that. So all you would have to do is go into the community tab, and you'll see the link there so you can view that.
Let's go over comments
and questions. Okay, let's tap into some comments here. Let's see what we have here. Remember, guys, always hashtag Q if you have a question. This way I can find it. Let's see. Okay, question. Here we go. You guys coming to, what's that?
Okinawan?
Okay, now going wine country. Are you still in Whistler? So I'm assuming that's in Whistler. Okay, so let's bring them up
Yes,
to
yes,
speed,
yes.
to speed, to speed, to speed.
Okay.
We're in New York right now. We're currently in New York. We just left Whistler. We arrived yesterday. So yes, we're fresh in New York right now. So we're not in Whistler, but we're gonna go into that.
Yeah, we added that wine country to our list. So next time we are in that area, we'll check it out.
Yes.
Chris is saying crime rate been going up nationwide.
Mm-hmm. Sheila says we are planning to go to Waikiki in January 2003. We found out that it would be winter there at that time. How cold would it be? Would the weather be like?
Well, winter is more of a rainy season, so it wouldn't be super cold, but sometimes it could rain the entire week. Sometimes it could be sunny the entire week. So during the day, most of the time, it's really hot and sunny. And again, if you go to the west side of the island, it's much drier and hotter, even during winter season.
Mm-hmm.
But the coldest it would get, you can look at the like rain jacket and a sweater maybe in the evening. Well, in the evening, definitely sweater, even if it doesn't rain, or just a light jacket or sweater and maybe long pants.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at our earlier Hawaii videos and look at the publishing date, or maybe not even the publishing date because we might have. Well, look at a 7-day Oahu itinerary challenge video. We are see what we are wearing. That was February,
Mm-hmm.
early February, so you can see the weather roughly.
Mm-hmm. Jordan says 18 days until we are in Hawaii for my birthday.
Yay!
Chee! Happy birthday.
upcoming!
Yes.
Do we have any
Great,
fireworks
great,
or-
great. Well, if you're there, hopefully on a Friday you'll be able to get fireworks, because as you guys might know already, is that the fireworks has started again at the Hilton Hawaiian. So that's really great that that came back. Um, let's see what else we have here.
Remember, if you have any questions,
Mm-hmm.
hashtag Q, so it will be much faster for us to find.
Justy says, "Where are your masks?" You want to answer that one, Arina?
Our masks, we're in the house.
We're at home.
We don't need masks.
Dylan, what is your favorite thing about Reiki? We talked to Melvin about you guys. What do you say? I want to say.
Who mentioned he helped you shoot a couple of clips during dinner. Yes,
Been to
Melvin.
Belize 6 times now. Okay, yes. So, wow, favorite thing about Reiki. So just to
Reiki,
bring
a
you
lot
guys
of
up to
favorite
speed
things.
on what Dylan is talking about. Reiki is located in Belize off Placencia. It's about an hour off Placencia. It is a tiny island. It only takes 15 minutes to walk around.
And it's a private island resort.
Yes, it is absolutely amazing. If you guys want to know more about that, it's in one of our vlogs. It's called Reiki, and I think we did 3 different videos. We actually, in one of our videos, we walked around the entire island in real time. That's how small the island is, but it's it's amazing. It's
But back to favorite things. I mean, food, right? The food was the reason why I'm talking about food on Reiki is because it got us by surprise.
Yes.
Because we thought, okay, private island, we didn't really have much expectations about food.
Right. Except things were going to be fresh, right? Because they catch the fish and stuff right there.
Yeah, but their chef there is one of the best
incredible
chefs in Belize. The food is just outstanding.
And that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everything was outstanding.
And drinks.
And forget about accommodations.
Yes. So everything, well, the places that we stayed right at, it was super new. I love new stuff. I love the very classy,
clean,
simple
modern
decor. The views are incredible. Anywhere you look, the views from Reiki is just phenomenal. And they actually recently opened their new pool.
Yeah, they opened a brand new pool. So Dylan, if you happen to be going there, they have an addition where they have a new outdoor pool with a bar. It's
Mhm.
crazy because the pool they had before was kind of small, but this one is much bigger and it's like a pavilion. It's really, really, really nice.
Yeah, I love luxury stuff. It
Mhm.
definitely feels lush and luxury, especially the fact that they pick you up on the boat.
Yes, and bring you out an hour
Yeah,
away.
they have a nice boat, so
Beautiful boat.
the ride on the boat is fantastic. We saw dolphins on the way there.
Stingrays,
Yeah, it was
eagle rays.
it was fantastic experience. And when you come in, they greet you with a drink, and even if you arrive, if that the we showed you in the video that lunch finishes at certain time, even you arrive just past lunch,
They still
they will
accommodate.
still take your order and feed you lunch to make
Yeah.
sure you're not like
The
starving.
staff, amazing staff. Everyone is friendly in the morning. They're raking the sand. They say good morning. It's beautiful there, and definitely anyone who's thinking about going there, 100% JBO approved. That's for sure. So, Dylan, I hope that helped answer your question.
Yeah.
Andrew says, "What was your first impression of Alaska?" You're gonna have to wait for that one because that's actually gonna be our first video
Is
on
it
Alaska.
Wednesday? Is it Wednesday?
Yes, yes. Wednesday is going to
Oh, no,
be
every other day. So Thursday, Monday, you're publishing the
yeah.
video.
So yeah,
Oh,
Wednesday
was
or
it
Thursday,
somewhere?
right? So Andrew, yes, that's going to be our first video. Is the first impressions
Mhm.
of Alaska. Yeah, and it's a doozy.
But overall, loved it.
Yes, for sure. A lot of unexpected things went on though that had no idea about. But we I think we shot almost. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how many videos we have coming on Alaska, and because again, it's land
Series.
and sea, so there's a cruise involved in that as well. So yeah, it's a lot.
And we did Alaska pros and cons videos.
We'll get into Alaska in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, Vegas says, are you in New York? I think I missed it. Yes, we are in New York, and we're gonna get into a little bit about New York as well because we have a few things to talk about being here. Okay, Yolanda,
Hi,
aloha.
we miss you.
Thank you so much.
I'm really enjoying your videos. It seems like I'm on vacation with you. Thank you, Yolanda. Well, maybe one day we'll see you somewhere in the world and we'll be on vacation together.
Yeah. Chris said we've been doing a lot of camping around Oahu. Definitely
Ooh.
cheaper lodging. Oh, that's interesting, Chris. I think you have to get permits, right?
Yes.
So let us know how that works, Chris, in the comments. Because I know a lot of people would like to go camping.
Camping videos coming up, Chris?
Yeah, Chris, let us know.
We'd like to see them.
Let's see what else. Hey, E-Dog. Yes, Tina and Eric. Chee.
How are you guys?
They're always on our Instagram stories and stuff. They're always on it. So cool.
Speaking of Instagram stories, because again in Alaska service goes on and off, so we have not been publishing stories in Alaska, and we ended up piling up stories. But if you go to our story highlights, which is on just main profile, and underneath there are little circles, and if you click Alaska, there will be, you can watch all the stories from Alaska and everything we have done. But also you will see some more stories from our Whistler trip.
So obviously through Instagram, that's the best way to keep up to date on our travels and where we are almost in real time, because Irina posts stories almost every other day.
Well,
so
whenever we have connection.
Whenever we have connection. But now we're in New York, so you'll get to see kind of what New York is all about. Tia says, I'm going in 6 days and I'm so excited. That's awesome.
Wow. Where are you staying? Where are you going? What are your plans?
Yes.
So excited
What
for
are you
you.
going to be doing? Chris says, TNT, miss you guys. Come back home. It's so funny, Chris, because when we were in Alaska, we were just like, we're really close to Hawaii. I mean, we were just thinking about coming over, but plans shifted. But it was in our thoughts.
Yeah. Because we're like halfway there, and it's so close. From Alaska, it's only 5-6 hours to Hawaii. And also being in the cold, which we have not been in the cold for a while, we actually miss. Excuse me.
Whoa, where did that come
we
from?
actually we actually missed the warm weather and Hawaii sun.
Hmm. Dylan says the Reiki chocolate cake was amazing. I was thinking of you guys.
Mm.
Yeah, the chocolate in Belize, guys,
Oh,
is it's a
why
problem.
you had to say that?
It's a problem. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that gave me goosebumps
So,
just now.
Dylan, what was your favorite thing about Reiki? Obviously, you went. Oh, and I don't know if our promo code might still work. If
Yes.
not, just reach out to them and ask for a promo code from Just Be Out. It might they might offer you a discount.
Hmm. Deanne says, question, my husband and I are wanting to go on a cruise to the Caribbean. What ship do you recommend?
Oh.
I can tell you what ship not
Mm.
to go on.
Well, I think I would go again on the Oasis of the Seas. But honestly, the way we choose our cruises is because of destinations mostly and the times because convenient because we book sometimes 2 days before, right before the closing day on the cruise. Oh my God, I had the weirdest dream last night. Last night, I had a dream that I wanted to go on a cruise, and I flew to Belize, and I got on the ship, and the ship was already going through the itinerary, and I was like, "Oh, can I just get on this stop and then continue with the cruise?"
What
And
stop
you
was it?
will.
Hawaii?
It was in Belize. It was in Belize, for whatever reason, and they said yes. You can just get on the ship and just pay the remaining rate and whatever. And I'm like, all right. That was really funny. So yeah, we book pretty much not based on the ship itself. However, we do have a few specific ships that we do want to experience. But if I would say like really two that I really liked is the Oasis of the Seas
That's
and
just being specific.
Norwegian Joy.
Joy.
Out of all the ships that we've have sailed on,
Hmm.
those two were
And in general,
the most.
the fleet of Royal Caribbean,
Mhm.
they're really, really good.
Good experience
Yes,
with
good
Royal.
experiences.
But
And
again, it's not for everyone
mhm,
because we've been talking to some guests on our last Royal Caribbean that we had sailed on, and they were really pissed.
yeah. And we're going to be getting into some the cruise, obviously, that we took to Alaska. We're going to be talking about that. And in future plans coming up soon, we're looking to take another cruise. Fingers crossed. This time we're taking mom with us, and we'll
Yeah.
see how that one goes. But we'll keep you guys informed and up to date
Devon's
with that.
mom
Hmm.
has never been on a cruise before. She's terrified of water
Of the
and
water.
being in the
She's
ocean.
like, I don't see myself on that boat in the middle of the ocean and I don't see land. I don't know. That just terrifies me. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah.
Tia says, we are staying at the Hilton Hawaiian Rainbow Tower. I hope it's worth all the money I paid for it. Well, I hate to ask how much you paid, but I know Hilton Hawaiian
Yeah.
can be
I
pricey
mean,
and the
what
date
are
you
your
go.
expectations really? What do you expect from a hotel?
Right. And also, do you have any children? Will you be having children with you, or is it just you and your significant other? Let us know because that makes a difference as well.
Yeah, so far, everyone who's been commenting on our Hilton Hawaiian video, which I don't know, Tia, if you have seen our complete walkthrough of that resort, everyone had a good time.
And Darlene is asking, were you supposed to go back to New York? But the reason the reason Darlene is asking that is because she knows that basically when we go to travel, we're kind of like gone, but we kind of end up in New York. So just a quick recap for those of you who don't know. I think I had posted in the community. So while we were in Portugal for a month and a half, we were in Lisbon, and our trip got cut short because of the passing of my dad, and we had to come back to New York like within a day or two after we found out, and we had to go through the entire process and everything. So it was after that that we then went to Alaska. So that's the reason she's asking, were you supposed to come back? Because she knows we're
Mhm.
usually gone. But yes, to answer your question, Darlene, we were supposed to. It's just a little short getaway was what we were doing, and we were coming back because we really want to get back to Europe. We really want to continue Portugal because we haven't done the south of Portugal. We were working our way south. We started in Porto, and we were working our way south. And again, everything got cut short. Um, so we want to go back and we want to finish it. And of course, we have the entire Europe that we want to conquer. So yes, to answer your question.
Yeah, but I think Darlene is asking that because on Instagram, she was sending us messages, and we were thinking to go to Banff right after Whistler, but we didn't go. But the main reason really we didn't go is because usually we plan, and being that Banff is really expensive and we didn't know anything where to go, what to do, we did not want to go unprepared and spend a lot of money for that. So we decided to fly back to New York. And while we are here, what are we doing here?
So we will be here and we're going to be actually a couple of you guys gave us the idea. The last time we were in New York, a couple of you guys asked us, hey, since you're going to be in New York, will you be creating any New York videos? And we didn't really have any plans to do that because, it's like, the circumstance. And also this is kind of like our backyard. So we're kind of like, we've been there, done that. We've seen it all. But then we realized there's a lot of people who are interested in New York and what New York has to offer. So this time,
many of you want to come and visit New York because this is such an iconic destination.
Absolutely. So we are going to be, in the time that we are here in New York, we're going to be creating a New York series. And let us know in the comments what you would like to see about New York. What is it that you'd like to know? And it will help us kind of create and put together this content for you guys. And, it will be worth it for you.
But what are we waiting for really here is, while we are creating the videos, is I might go to Russia to see my dad. I have not seen him since 2018, and it's really time. So I don't know if I will go or not. I will see on the ticketing, and pricing is very crazy and it's very difficult to get there right now. And also we are thinking to take a transatlantic cruise. And again, of course, for that, it's not just any time you can go. It's on a very specific time, date, I should say. So we are waiting to end of October to see if to take that cruise. And meanwhile, we might take another cruise before and do the New York stuff and maybe Russia stuff.
So a lot of content coming, and it'll be awesome. If Irina goes to Russia, of course, she'll be doing Russian vlogs. That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see kind of like what it's like there. Daniel B asked, are you or have you ever experienced any type of violence on any recent trip in an area that you would recommend that travelers should not avoid? Sorry.
Well, I think we are actually avoiding those type of areas ourselves.
Yes.
And whatever the area does not look good or suspicious,
we usually stay clear of that.
Turn around.
It's funny, we were in Vancouver, and they recommended for us to go to a certain area to check it out, Gastown. And we started walking to Gastown, but what we did is we walked through a back street. Getting there, and an area, I should say. It's not a back street, it's kind of just an area getting to that area, and it was bad. Like, everything was really good. The area we were in, nice shopping centers and business cafes, it was really nice. And all of a sudden, within a block, everything just went downhill. Literally, you saw people leaning on buildings, like shooting drugs, and it was just a bad situation. And right away I was like, whoa, everything just went downhill. I said, Irina, I don't think we should be in this area. Let's just turn around. And we did. Very quickly we turned around and we were like, okay, we're not headed in this direction. We spoke to someone at a local coffee shop about the situation. They're like, yeah, unfortunately Vancouver has also its areas that are really bad, but that's as bad as I've seen a place for a very long time. I mean, I know there's been bad neighborhoods, but to actually see people like doing drugs, like shooting up like right there in the streets is just kind of like it's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And in Hawaii, we know to generally avoid Chinatown.
Right.
So
Hmm.
anywhere else, we haven't really ran into any type of problems.
And again, also in all fairness, Daniel, we don't really go out at nighttime. We're not like the nightlife type of people.
Except one time.
Right. You know, we go out occasionally if there's something specific we're going out for, but we're not just like you go to a new place and be like, oh, let's just go out at night. Let's go to a club or let's go to a bar and just hang out, you know, till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We really don't do that, especially if we're not familiar with the place. So for us, whenever we travel, the number one thing above everything else, safety comes first. So if we feel safe, we feel comfortable, that makes all the difference in the world. So that we really do make that a priority.
Yeah, if we have a feeling of any type of area or tour feeling sketchy, we are not going for it.
Absolutely. Selena says Portugal was dope, y'all. Thanks. Yes, Portugal was amazing. And for
I think
go ahead.
Selena is going to Portugal, no?
Yeah, let us know, Selena, if you are headed to Portugal. And the thing is about Portugal, when we went, we were supposed to be there for how long?
1 week.
1 week, and 1 week ended up to be a month and a half, and it would have been
2 months.
Yeah, it would definitely would have been 2 months, because what our plan was to do the entire Portugal. Then from there, actually, because we had to leave because Portugal is a part of the Schengen area. So you only allowed 3 months in the Schengen countries, and then you have to leave into a country that is not a part of Schengen.
Yeah, so we were considering
Croatia or Turkey, and you have to stay out for 3 months, and then you could come back in and do the rest of the countries. So that was supposedly going to be the plan. Yeah. Darlene says, Irina, we really appreciate your live Instagram posts.
Thank you.
Larry, oh gee,
Larry, long time no see. Happy to
Nice
be
seeing
able to finally catch up with you live.
And Larry's
awesome. Thank
Larry's
you
on
for
Facebook.
being here.
Sharon says, love your work. Thank you so
Thank
much. We
you,
greatly
Sharon.
appreciate that. Let's see what else we got here.
Well, I'm gonna go grab some water. You
Okay,
want water?
I'm just yes, please. Okay, just going through a question here. So Yolanda's asking. Yolanda says, have you been on NLC? I have been on Carnival and Disney Cruise. Love Disney better. A lot of people. I was gonna ask you, if you didn't write that, I was gonna ask you what was your Carnival experience like? Because Carnival is known as, they label themselves as a fun ship. They're also very cheap, so a lot of people would go on that cruise because it's cheap. But with the price, unfortunately, comes the standard also goes out the window with that. We've been on a few Carnival cruises, and none of them has actually been a good experience. And the first time I sailed Carnival was, I would say, about maybe 13 years ago, if not more. And again, it wasn't a good experience at all. And I was much younger then. I actually went on a cruise with like 5 guys. So yeah, it was fun. But again, I had already gone on 4 different cruises, and I noticed the difference between Carnival and the other cruises. So yeah, Carnival was not good at all. She wants to know the NLC cruise. I'm not sure if it's a specific ship. Yolanda, let us know if it's a specific ship you're speaking about, and that way we could let you know. Thank you so much, Yolanda. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you. And says, I love to know the best budget-friendly hotels in New York. Oh, that's interesting. There won't be a lot. I'll tell you that much. That list is going to be very short. Actually, that would probably be a 2-minute vlog if you think about it. There are hotels that are a little cheaper, but again, obviously, with everywhere else, it's where you stay, right? If you're thinking Times Square, a lot of people stay in Times Square. We drive through Times Square, and everyone's pulling luggage. But I think what people don't realize is that you don't really technically need to be in Times Square to be in the center of it all, not unless you choose to be there and it's within your budget and it's not an issue at all, then it's fine. But you could just stay right outside Times Square, just a few blocks north, south, east, or west.
Or downtown.
Yeah. And you'll end up saving yourself about $200-$300 if not more, by just getting out of Times Square, because that is the most expensive place you could stay in New York for sure. Donnie says, thank you for explaining your travel plans. Let's see what else we have here. Sharon says Alaska was my favorite. Actually, let us know what you did in Alaska, Sharon. How was it? What did you do?
Was it land or sea or both?
Sharon asked you this question. She said, I thought I understood that you were going to travel to Russia. The country remains accessible despite the war. I know very little about this. So I'm not going because I can't go.
Well, you can, but we'd rather you not go.
Yeah. You know, I'm an American, so I can't.
Well, yes, it is accessible if you have a visa. My friend's husband recently went.
He's American
with her.
as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went with her. He had the visa, and
Well,
he
when
had
the war
no
first when the
problems.
war first started, it was recommended
Advised
that
not to
no
go.
Americans
Yeah.
go to Russia. So that was about
they
3 months ago.
recently went in June,
Okay.
and they were fine. So the van has a visa, and I'm pretty sure there would be no problems.
Mhm.
But I would still be on a cautionary side, and I'd rather him not to go.
Yeah, and I don't think I
Yeah.
would want to go.
And I was actually concerned myself about going because I am Russian and American, so I have American citizenship, and I wasn't sure if they would give me any problems due to dual citizenship. And my friend recently went, and she said she has the same dual citizenship, and she said she had no problems whatsoever.
Mhm.
That's why I decided to go for a little bit and visit my dad.
Mhm.
But the flights are very difficult right now. Only few airlines fly, and it's all layovers. Previously, you could fly from New York to Moscow directly in 9 hours. Now it will take 20 some
Plus hours.
yet some say 50, 60 hours with a long layover. So
Wow.
yeah, it depending on the flight situation. Obviously, I'm not going to go if there's a 60-hour layover and like a really long flight. I'm not gonna go, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let's see what else we got here. Leon says, "Oh, actually, I'm from Vancouver. Yes, the downtown east side is poor man's row. It's horrible."
Yeah, but it was pretty shocking because everything else was so beautiful and
Yeah,
nice.
the buildings, the architecture there is like really cool.
Everything
The park,
is well groomed.
that park was amazing.
Yeah.
Love that park.
Yeah, we went to Stanley Park.
Stanley Park, yes, the Rose Garden. We were there hanging out, taking photos. Really, really nice there. Everyone's on bicycles. There's bicycles everywhere. Oh my gosh, that's going to be in our first impression. I kind of did a spoiler there, but yeah, for sure. Darlene asked, "How was your salmon dinner in Whistler?" The salmon looked good.
Oh, the Van salmon is always good, and on top of that, it was a wild salmon. So
Yeah,
wild salmon is amazing.
So let's bring them up to date on so again, with the Portugal stuff, we only have, I think, 1 or 2 more videos left, and that will wrap up our Portugal series. If you haven't seen our Portugal series, where we started in Porto, we did Douro Valley, we did 2 trips, day trips, what most people do when they go to Porto. They do day trips with a company. You go up Douro Valley River, you take river cruises, they take you up to Douro Valley where you do wine tasting. We did that back-to-back days with a company called Living Tours. It was an amazing experience. We highly recommend them. And again, the link is in the description. It's one link and it's a playlist. And in the playlist, there's 22 videos. And it starts again in Porto, Douro Valley. Help me out here. Gaia, Braga, Guimarães,
Nazaré,
Aveiro,
and Lisbon.
Yes. So there you go.
I was actually waiting for you to.
Yeah, that was not gonna happen. I forget them.
You're doing good.
Oh no, yeah. I started good, but I flopped afterwards. So yes, so we have all of that in the playlist. So if you guys haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. Click the playlist, and then you can choose whichever video you want from that series to to watch. And all these places were absolutely amazing. Like, I had no idea Portugal was the way it is. I was blown away by it. And I highly recommend anyone who has not visited Portugal, looking to go to Europe and like, I don't know where to start at Portugal. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, I posted a questionnaire in stories. That's why I'm on the phone.
On Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram. And Sexy Love is asking, when is the wedding?
Oh yeah, she says, ask me anything.
Why one of the most asked questions, when is the wedding? We don't have the exact date, but yes, see, when is the wedding?
So we're getting it from both ends. We're getting it here on YouTube and we're getting it here on Instagram.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't have the exact date, but what we want to do is a nice, beautiful wedding in Maldives, possibly. So we are just trying to make our way there. We were thinking of other spots, but still kind of doing research. We were both married before, and this time we just want something unique and special. So as soon as we find out where and when, we will let you know.
You guys will be one of the first to know.
Yeah, you will be virtually invited to our wedding.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing that, like actually going streaming live at our wedding. I don't know, set up a couple cameras and just kind of just shoot the whole thing live. Obviously, we won't be interacting with you, but you'll be able to see the entire thing. So if you're interested in that, let us know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. I think that would be kind of fun. Never did that before. That's unique. You're talking about unique. That's unique. Streaming your wedding. Sharon says, do you have plans to come to France?
We were on the way there.
So close.
Yeah, we my bucket list is the lavender fields.
Yes.
And we were almost there. We were thinking to go there right after Portugal, but unfortunately our plans got interrupted. And I was actually carrying my lavender field dress with me this entire time.
You jinxed it.
And it was so heavy. So I'm like, oh, I never got to use my lavender dress, my lavender field dress.
Chris says, "Can I be the CEO at the wedding?"
You already know.
Chris is certified, by the way, guys. So if you're looking to get married and you're going to Hawaii and you want something really quickly, just on the beach, just really quick, make sure you contact Chris. He could be the one there for you.
That would be actually really fun.
Yeah, that would be fun, actually.
Yeah. Are you ready to fly to Maldives?
Okay, so now with the Alaska thing, so we'll wrap it up with Alaska and what you guys can expect starting middle of the week, our videos. So if you guys haven't noticed, we've been pumping out videos every 2 days. So every 2 days we drop, or 3, depending on where we were. When we were in Canada, the reception wasn't that great, so we kind of skipped the day. But whenever we get a chance to jump in a cafe or whatever, we try to go there and upload. But yes, over the past month and a half, 2 months actually, we've been putting out videos every 2 days. And midweek, we're going to start our Alaska series with the question that was asked before, our first impression of Alaska. Alaska is amazing, but there's a lot of things we did not know about Alaska. Totally caught us off guard, but I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't want to give it away. But yes, Alaska is truly amazing. And if you get a chance to do Alaska, do Alaska.
And would we go back to Alaska?
150%.
Yes.
150%. Let's see. Andrew says thumbs up on love streaming. I think he's meant to say live streaming, but love streaming works. Love streaming works. That's the best. Yeah, that's gonna be the title.
We are going to the title.
There we go.
Sure.
We got a new title. Love streaming.
Love streaming wedding.
September. Oh, it'll be the 25th anniversary. Wow. Congratulations! Cheers.
Awesome, Andrew.
That's so cool. That is so cool. Wow, 25th.
James is here.
James in the building.
Yeah, made it at least to the end.
Great to see you too.
Well, James is our member. James, we published in our community a kind of like, what is it?
James, you missed the wedding. We just streamed our wedding live just now. Just kidding.
You'll be the first to watch our last Lisbon video from Portugal. You can just head over to the community. On all members have an early preview to our last video.
Yes. And again, the links are in the description for both things I touched on in this live, which is the Hawaii updates, what you guys need to know going into Waikiki, and it's about safety. So it's just a quick video, just broadcast a little while ago, how they're trying to get Hawaii safe and cleaned up, especially speaking about Waikiki, and also our Portugal travel videos, because we only have about one or two vlogs left to complete that series. So if you haven't caught up on it, you can binge watch the entire series, and one video plays right after the other. Gee.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready. DS asks, can we expect anything on Anchorage or Fairbanks when you start your Alaska videos? Alaska videos will start roughly Wednesday, Thursday will be the first one. And yes, we are doing Anchorage videos because that's where we were when we flew into Alaska. Before we took our cruise, we were in Alaska Anchorage for 5 nights. 5 nights. We stayed in Anchorage. We did a few things around Anchorage. We went here, there.
Like an hour and a half around.
Yeah, to 2 hours around that radius. Yes, in Anchorage. We did a bunch of really cool things, and it was amazing. And yes, those videos will be coming out. So it's an entire series. It's going to be called like
Land to Sea, Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska Land to Sea or something like that. And again, it'll be an entire series.
Or Land and Sea.
Land and Sea. Yeah, and we'll create a playlist so you guys can basically just kind of watch one videos after the next. Vegas says, will you do safety tips for NYC? I think that will actually be pretty good. That's actually a good video for New York.
Thank you for an idea.
Yes, for sure.
NYC safety tips, NYC scams,
rip-offs, all that stuff. Yeah, because there's a lot of that in New York. Places to avoid. Yeah, I think we can. That would be actually a really good.
And
good blog.
Also actually pros and cons of NYC, because when we went to the Bahamas and we did 5 Bahamas cons, we got mixed comments on the Bahamas, and a lot of people say, oh, you're discouraging tourism to come to Bahamas when we do pros and cons, or that video was just cons because the pros are so obvious, just like it's so beautiful there.
Yeah.
And it's not about discouraging, it's about
bringing awareness. Right, exactly. Well, even when we did reasons why, what was the title for Hawaii?
With 20 reasons why we don't like living in Hawaii.
Yeah, it was something like that. I'm not sure if you guys saw that video.
20 cons of living in Hawaii.
Yeah, 20 cons of living in Hawaii. We published a video, that video a while ago while we were living in Hawaii, and yeah, read the comments. You can imagine what that was like. People were like, well, then go back to where you came from. We don't want you here. And again, it was just our personal experiences and things that we miss being on an island. You're on an island, right? You're not going to get it all. And especially coming from New York, you could tell the difference between Hawaii and New York, what you're going to get and what you can't get.
New York has a lot of cons as
well. So yes. And listen, anywhere you go, you can expect our vlogs to have pros and cons, whether it's on a cruise ship, because we've done that already. If you check our cruise ship videos, again, read the comments. The comments are very, very interesting.
Yeah. We actually love reading the comments.
Oh man, we get bashed about that. And I think a lot of people take it to heart, especially, if you've been to a place and you had a really great time, and then all of a sudden you watch a video and they're like, oh, this place was this, and oh, you guys are just complaining, and you guys need to travel more.
Oh, you don't even know how to book a cruise.
Oh yeah, we get it. Trust me, we get it all. But again, with everything, there are pros and cons. Nothing is perfect. So, and it's our experience. So if for some reason, I don't know, the crew was having a bad day, or the chef was a little heavy on the salt, we're going to tell you. We're going to say the food was salty. Your food might be perfect when the day you go there, but at least in our experience, we're going to let you know exactly what it is. So you are going to expect to see a lot of pros and cons in a lot of our videos.
We haven't actually done pros and cons of Portugal.
We didn't?
No.
Ah, that's interesting.
We should think about it.
Yeah, we need to put some thought into that.
If you've been to Portugal before, let us know what do you think. Are there any pros or cons cons of traveling to Portugal specifically, not living in Portugal, but traveling, because living in Portugal we can only know by talking to the locals few
Right.
things, but not actually like coming from
The
horse's
tourist.
mouth.
Right.
So we would just say about traveling.
Right. So again, expect pros and cons for a lot of things that we do. Actually, we didn't do a pro and con for Belize as well, but
Oh yeah.
and there are a lot of cons in Belize. I'm
And
from
a lot
Belize.
of pros, okay?
Of course, and a lot of pros. But the cons are worth mentioning because it's something for you to look out for and it's something for you to be aware of. And for those of you who might be watching this video who bashed us on the Hawaii video when we did the 20 things, or the Bahamas. So we were raised in New York City. Now we're going to do a pros and cons of New York, and we're going to show you how we disseminate New York, because New York has a crap load of cons that you're gonna want to know. So again, don't take it to heart. Relax. It's like, we know what it is living here. So we're gonna tell you some pros and cons, and let's see what you have to say about that one. So got that out the way.
Okay, if you have any questions for us, for our travel, for anywhere we go to or we've been to, please hashtag Q before your question. So this way it will be easier for us to find it and answer your question.
And speaking of hashtag Q, we have a hashtag Q.
Whoops.
Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. I'm coming back to that.
If.
Hashtag Q. Okay, Irina, are you going to that Russian store to buy borscht? Actually, that's a good question. So for you guys know, Irina might be going to Russia, but while we're here in New York, not sure if you know,
every time we're here in New York,
there's a huge Russian community here in New York, just like there's a huge everything community here in New York. You want to talk about melting pot? Okay, New York is it. There's no other place like New York.
Yeah.
You can find every culture here in New York.
And any type of food. And actually, when we were in Lisbon, we were blown away how good Mozambique cuisine tastes.
Oh yeah.
And there are Mozambique restaurants here in New York as well.
And you can check that out in our Monday's video. Yes,
and if you remember, you can already check that out.
Yeah, you can already watch the video already. So we had Mozambique food in Portugal, in Lisbon, and it was. I'm gonna leave it there.
Well, Yolanda, hashtag if.
Yeah, but anyway, so what we want to do is while we're here, the answer is yes. While we're here in New York, there's a huge Russian community in Brooklyn. We're gonna go to
Eastern European.
Yeah, Eastern Europe. Yeah, Eastern European. We're gonna go to that area and we're going to buy borscht because apparently Darlene has a fascination with borscht. So we're going to go there and we're going to show you what that community actually looks like. We're going to be in the thick of it. You won't even be able to read the signs on the stores or anything because everything is written in some other language.
Cyrillic.
Yeah.
And if I do get a chance to go to Russia, please let me know in the comments what kind of information would you like to know. I was born and raised there. Obviously, I have not lived there in a very long time, so things changed and things changed again even more due to the political circumstances. So please let me know what you would like to know about it. If you would like to know more about Soviet Union, being born and raised in Soviet Union, how was it like? If you would like to know about different types of Russian foods, if you would like to know more of what the groceries cost like, or what the situation is like, yeah, I would like to create some content for you as well.
Mm-hmm. But if you want a little earlier preview of our trip to Russia, so that was one of our few vlogs that we put in. I'm gonna have to drop the description in this video. So Irina and I went to Russia. This was in
2018.
Yes, and for me, it was the first time, so it was just like, and I did a first impression. We did shockers, and that most of it came from me because again, Irina's from there, so it wasn't shocking to her. Yeah. But the stuff I saw and I experienced, I was like, yeah. So that video we actually did. If you take the time to search through our earlier videos, you'll see Russia videos there.
But we will leave the link.
We'll also right after this live, we're going to post that video. So if you come back a little later, you'll see that link and you'll see what I thought about Russia.
If you would be interested to know some differences on certain things culturally
Mm-hmm.
wise, also let me know.
Yep. Yolanda says, if you go to see the Statue of Liberty, send me a photo, please.
Okay,
You
so
got it.
maybe we'll do the photo of the month for
Yeah, the Statue of
our,
Liberty.
yeah.
Yeah. And we're definitely going to be doing the videos we're going to create for New York is going to be strictly tourist based. It's what tourists would want to do or experience or where they
Actually,
should go.
actually, we haven't done some of the things
Yeah, some of the
that
stuff that that
you
we're
know,
gonna do, we've
when you
never
live
done.
in a place, you're like, it's
It's
there.
there. I
Yeah.
can go whenever I want. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do all the touristy things, and we're gonna be like tourists, and we're gonna bring you those videos, and obviously show you pricing and what it's like and the experience and all that.
Yeah.
Hey Jan, how is it? Jan just
Hi,
joined.
Jan. Nice to see you.
James says we need another cooking with Irina and Devon live stream.
Oh.
Hey James, did you try the scone? Did you try to make the scone? Let us know.
Yeah. And if you missed stories, James, the one in Whistler was making bomb salad,
Oh
and I
yeah.
was making a charcuterie board.
Yep. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's it. We covered it all.
No, I think we missed one from Darlene.
Oh, did you see bears?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, bears. We saw two bears.
Mm-hmm.
Not in Whistler though,
And
unfortunately.
eagles.
Yeah, so
Oh.
a lot of wildlife and little tiny dots, white dots on the mountain. That was some type of goat.
Yeah, mountain goats. We saw mountain goats, but it was so tiny. We had to
Just
zoom in
dots.
with my camera, and then we brought it into our editing software, and then we had to zoom in another like 400%. That's how far away they were. But someone had binoculars, and they were able to see it, and that's how we knew that they were up there, because we would have no. It looks like snow. Question: do you guys hear?
No. Been to Africa. It's on the list. We're on the way there. At some point, yes.
Yeah,
will
we spoke
make
about
it
this many
to
times.
Africa.
But whenever we do Africa, it has to be really well planned, because it seems, and I'm not sure if anyone knows that's watching now or in future in this video that sees this video, if you know about how to experience Africa without a tour guide, let us know, because it seems like all the videos we've watched on Africa, most of the times you see someone with a tour guide. I know if you're doing a safari, obviously that's something you're going to want to do or have to do. But also just kind of going around different places in Africa, it always seems to be chaperoned by some type of a company or someone representing Africa. So I think that's what it has to be. And if so, then that takes a lot of planning. So I know definitely when it's time to go to Africa, we're going to have to do a lot of pre-planning for it. And if you guys would like to see that and how we put it all together, we'd be glad to share it with you.
Oh, Vegas is asking how many walking tours for Alaska. Did we do any walking tours?
Any walking tours in Alaska? We did a walking tour at
Juneau.
We did a walking tour at Juneau. We did a walking tour at
Skagway. No,
Skagway, yeah.
I don't think we did Juneau. I think
Skagway. Skagway, we did a walking tour. Skagway is that place. Wow. Wait for the vlog, guys. The video is just crazy. Where are we? Oh, here. How does your family feel about traveling the world? They always want us here. Like my mom is like, "Oh, you guys are going again?"
And your kids?
And my kids, they follow it on social
Instagram.
media, and when they see Irina does her post and stuff, that's how they get to see kind of where we are and what we're doing.
Yeah, but we're bringing on we're working on bringing his youngest daughter with us.
So let's see what else we have here. Did I miss anything?
No, I think we're good.
I think we and that's perfect timing. 59 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect. 1 hour. I didn't think we were gonna be yapping for 1 hour, but it always turns out this way. And all you guys are here with us, so we greatly appreciate you guys coming in, especially since we haven't done this for such a long time. We definitely thank you guys for joining us and for sticking with us this long. We greatly appreciate you guys.
And we appreciate all our members and all of your support and donation. and let us know what kind of topics you would want us to cover in our next live, because we will be going live for sure next week.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jan, to answer your question, we are in New York. We just left Whistler, and
Vancouver.
yes, in Vancouver, and then we were in Alaska previous to that, and Portugal. So I'm not sure if you saw those videos, but again, guys, all the links to what we were talking about are in the description of this video, except my experience in Russia, which
We will
as soon
add
as
it.
I end this, we're going to add that, and then you'll be able to see it within a couple minutes. So again, thank you guys. And now that we're here in New York, we're going to be going live again next week. We'll see you guys next week for sure. And we'll keep you up to date on the process and how it's going and kind of the content that we're shooting here, we're filming here in New York.
And check out our stories.
Yes. Jen says, again, she's like, well, what about Toronto? Are you coming?
We've been to Toronto, and if you haven't seen that vlog, we will leave the link in the description.
But we are coming back to Toronto to answer your question.
Sometime.
Yes.
Sometime.
We will be back to Toronto
We
because the
love
food
Toronto.
in Toronto and Montreal is just amazing. And it's a short flight from New York, right?
To Toronto?
Yeah, it's like really short. We were just talking about it while we were in Vancouver. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much again for joining. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will see you
next week.
Next week. Yes. Devon and Irina.
Bye.
Cheers.